Hello and welcome to this video on dopamine. So, it pains me how many misconceptions there are on dopamine in my day-to-day. So, I would love to clear it up. So, first of all, I'm going to draw you a graph on what happens in your brain and your dopamine levels when you consume instant gratification. So, you have your baseline dopamine right here. And when you do consume content, for example, you scroll on your phone, it spikes up. The bad thing is, after that, it doesn't go back when you stop scrolling. It goes under and it stays there. You can see the problem with this when you do it a couple of times. You end up going down here, and that's gonna hurt. That's one of the main reasons for depression these days. Your dopamine has gone so low because of scrolling on your phone, Instagram, TikTok. And this is only the start of it. It's only going to get worse from here on out. So I would urge you to listen to this video. So, what is dopamine? What does it serve us? So, dopamine, it has been called the motivation hormone. And it is true. It is motivation in its essence. But unfortunately, there is a culture online that says discipline is more important. Well, I'm here to say that's not true. They're equal. Many people won't share my opinion, but I don't really care because they're not right. I will tell you why. So imagine this is you. It's a shit drawing, but and this is some food. Okay, some French fries. Motivation is what urges you to eat that food. So dopamine is what makes you eat. If you don't have dopamine, you're not going to eat. There's literally an experiment done on rats, which they burned or they destroyed the rats' dopamine receptors. And they put food a few inches away from it, like 1 to 2 inches away from the rat. Do you think it ate? No. They tried giving it the food in its mouth. It ate. But the rats that had their food distanced did not eat. They didn't take a few steps. They died from starvation. So I can hope you see why you need motivation. Also, motivation feels good. You won't argue on that point. Motivation is fun, and I've talked about this. And it's frustrating to see how many people do not share my opinion because you love being motivated. It's always a good gym session when you're pumped. The weights feel like nothing. And yet, some people say discipline and no motivation whatsoever. You're not right. So, the way to build motivation in a healthy way is to do what many people call a dopamine detox. Shit, a dopamine detox. What does this do? Well, a dopamine detox. Most people do 24 hours, but that doesn't actually work. You're not going to reset your brain in 24 hours. So, what you should do is aim for at least a month, let's say. of dopamine detoxing. Of course, this means you have to go less extreme on your rules as for 24 hours. Because in 24 hours, you could easily go without your phone at all. Okay, no phone, no social media. You could even not work if it's the weekend. It's not bad dopamine, it's just an example. Well, over a month, you're gonna need your phone, right? Yes, you're gonna need to work. So you can't give up your whole day to day just to prioritize dopamine detoxing. Well, what you won't need social media. You won't need TikTok to survive. Even if your work were based on TikTok, you could get someone to publish it for you. It's not that hard to find ways to annihilate social media if you really want to. But chances are you don't want to eliminate social media from your life because you think it's detrimental. You think it's essential, basically. And you have this such great fear of missing out that you wouldn't even dare to think about deleting social media. Well, I'm here to tell you there's plenty of alternatives. Literally nothing of extreme value will happen if you delete social media and you miss an invite for something. What are you going to miss an invite out on? The club? Yeah, sure, it's fun. And as if the club isn't open every damn night. I don't see why you couldn't miss it for a month. And here's the interesting thing. Once you do a month on this, you will never want to go back. I promise you. This 1 month you spend on dopamine detoxing will be the best month you have ever lived. Because your natural energy will go up. Way up. You'll feel happy by just existing. So I hope you see how this is very important. I've probably said this like 10 times already in this video, but please understand the value of this. Dopamine detoxing is probably the thing to start. It's one of the bases in modern day self-improvement because dopamine has become such a big part in everyone's life. It has changed basically all of our behaviors. So please take a break. Matter of fact, me urging you to take a break from social media will harm my channel. I might not get as many views as I want because you stopped watching, because 10, 15 people watching this stopped watching altogether. I don't care. I'd rather have less views than know that there are people stuck on doom scrolling. So, why? If the creator is telling you to stop watching, why would you continue? Thank you for listening today.